Hey guys, welcome to The Sophisticated Scoundrel. Before we get started, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you like this video. And also, be sure you download my free guide, How to Attract Feminine Women. All right, so let's get into today's topic. And today's topic is redefining what is a normal relationship. What's something normal that you can expect women to do when you get into a relationship with them? Because I talk to so many guys and they tell me about all these different experiences that they're having, and I don't think that they're fully aware that the things that they're describing to me are just simply not normal behavior. But because of feminism and because of our constant need in society to validate women's behaviors, no matter what it is, they have absolutely zero consequences, and they are never held accountable for some of the things that they do. Men have just slowly been brainwashed into thinking, okay, I guess should just put up with everything that she does, and I really have no voice or no say in anything she does, because if I do, then I'm a jerk. And I'm here to tell you guys that no, that's just not the case. And so what I want to do in this video is tell you a bunch of things that I hear from you guys that are simply not normal. I want to let you guys know that no, you're not weird for thinking that these are not normal. And then I'm going to go through and walk you through what it's like to actually find a woman who is normal, who does healthy things in a relationship, things that you should be looking for. And if the women that you're with are not doing those, then you should probably pass on them. Okay. So let's get into the first set, which I'm going to talk about the things that are just not normal. So first off is social media and your girl advertising herself on Instagram for other men to look at. And what I mean by this is that she's posting swimsuit photos, bikini pics, revealing photos, sexy workout shots. These kinds of things, putting them online for the entire world to see, that's simply just not normal. Now, I will say that this has become normalized. We've made it something that's accepted in our society, but for a guy to have an instinct of like, oof, man, I don't know if I really want her ass all over Instagram. That instinct in and of itself is very normal, because we really, as men, we want the woman that we're with to be exclusive to us. We don't want every dude out there enjoying her ass as much as we are. I mean, right? So this is something that's simply not normal. And I know a lot of you guys out there, you want to date these hot Instagram models. And I don't blame you, man. A lot of them are really fucking hot. I'm not going to lie. But just understand that if you're going to date a girl like that, that's fine. But you have to understand too that you're entering into an agreement with her and you knew when you went out with her, that's what she does. So you have to kind of roll with it. But I'm just telling you that as a man, that's not really normal for your girl to just be flaunting her body for everybody to see. So call me old-fashioned, but it's just something that's just not really normal until today. It's been normalized because of social media and the internet. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the idea that you need to subdue your natural desires and subdue your opinions on things simply because you're afraid that she's going to disapprove of you. Now, I hear a lot of guys afraid to say things because their woman will fight back or call them out, call them a jerk, call them controlling. And again, this is something that men have slowly been taught over the last 50 years, that you are not allowed to have any authority or say in what a woman does, says, what she shows. She has complete autonomy. And again, a lot of women do this, but this is not normal. When you enter into a relationship, you are under the pretense that this relationship is between you and her, and that if you feel a certain way, there are certain things that she needs to understand when she gets into a relationship that don't fly when you're single. The same with a dude. So for those of you out there who have certain things that you squash your desires, you squash your voice because you don't want to look like a jerk, well, just know that that is normal. It's normal for people to want to voice that. It's not normal to feel like you can't say anything. So remember that. I think a lot of you guys out there have a really tough time saying things because you don't want to be rejected. You don't want to lose her approval. You don't want her to dump you, whatever it is. So you put up with a lot of bad behavior. All right. The next thing is women who keep in contact with their exes. Again, this is not really a normal thing, okay? If your woman is continuously talking to, hanging out with, or contacting her ex, that means that she's keeping him as a backup plan. That she's going out with you, but hey, if it goes sideways, she's still got this other dude on the back burner for her to jump to if things don't work out with you. And she wants male orbiters. This is not cool. And so, this is not normal behavior for a woman to have. But again, this has been normalized. And any guy who is not cool with it, they get labeled as controlling or old-fashioned. The patriarchy, and guys are shamed into just having to grin and bear it, even though deep down they don't like it. And that leads me into this next point, which is women who have a lot of guy friends and they want to hang out with these guy friends alone. I had a guy who I was coaching whose ex-girlfriend did this. She wanted to go on a camping trip with some dude without the boyfriend there. And he was like, at first he allowed it, but then he was like, oh shit, I'm not cool with that. So he tried to backtrack, and obviously it just didn't work. He ended up looking kind of weak, and when you're wishy-washy like that, it makes you look weak. But this is a mistake that he made and he learned from. So, this is just simply not normal. This idea that women can just go off with other guys by themselves and hang out, have fun, have sleepover places. I mean, I don't care if they're gay or straight. It's something that's just not normal. So if you feel weird about that, then you're rightfully so to feel weird about that. That's ridiculous behavior that you should not be putting up with if you're a guy. Now, what I will say is this, because I want to be very careful about what I'm saying here, because I can see a lot of people getting their panties in a bunch because of this. You can't control what she does, okay? You'll never control what she does. You can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do. I'm telling you these things are not normal, and so therefore you need to plan accordingly. So if a girl wants to do these things, well, it's already game over. If she wants to go out and hang out with guys on her own, the relationship is over. There's no really fixing it. And so what do? You don't have ultimatums. You don't do any of that kind of stuff. You simply say, oh yeah, that's totally cool. When she comes back, you're gone. Okay, you leave that relationship, because as far as much freedom as she gets to go do whatever she wants, well, you certainly do have the freedom to do what you want. And my personal opinion is you should take that freedom and exercise it to leave the relationship and find someone who will not be interested in doing those kinds of things. And we're going to go into that in the second part of this video with the things that you should look for. But again, you can't make her do anything. You cannot control her, and you shouldn't try to. But there are, of course, consequences for behavior. And if they're doing something that you don't like, then you have the complete freedom to go do something else, to vacate and leave and exit that relationship and move along. It's totally your choice to do that. So again, you don't control them, you don't dictate what they do or say, but you only handle what you can do, and for you bounce. All right, the next thing in this list of things that aren't normal are women who don't express gratitude, who act entitled and like you owe them something. You take a woman out for a date and she doesn't even say thank you. Maybe it was a first date, maybe it was a second date. They don't say thank you. They don't appreciate you for your time or setting it up. They just act very nonchalant. They think they're owed it. They're entitled. It's like, okay, ho-hum, la-di-da. This isn't normal, guys. That's just bad manners. It's just rude. And so you wouldn't put up with rude behavior from a man. You shouldn't be putting up with it from a woman. I don't care how hot she is, how juicy her booty looks, or how big her titties are. You don't put up with that. You move on, okay? All right, so those are some of the main things that I hear a lot of guys putting up with. Let me just add this other one in. Women who are very messed up. They've come from a big background of trauma, and you think it's on you to fix her, to console her, to handle all of her weird baggage. Now, there's a difference between being empathetic and understanding. You can definitely be empathetic towards a woman who's gone through trauma in her past, but it's not your job to fix her. You can't be this white knight, Captain Save-A-Ho, that you're going to come in and show her a better life. That's not normal, okay? you taking on that responsibility only leads to resentment for both you and her later down the line. So this, again, this is not normal behavior, not normal stuff that you want to do in a relationship. And some of you guys out there who have not grown up in a healthy household yourself, maybe you grew up with a single mom, maybe you had some abuse or trauma in your family that you are conditioned to not being comfortable and not even knowing what to look for in a healthy relationship. You may just gravitate towards women like this because you have low self-esteem, because you just simply don't know what it means to be in a healthy relationship. And that's fine, but this is what this video is for, is to show you and point out those things aren't normal, but these things are. Okay, so let's get into the things that are more normal, that are very normal, I should say, in a healthy, good relationship with normal women, okay? First of all, let's go to back to the social media conversation. Girls who are normal, they do not want to flaunt their body all over the internet. They're more modest. You know, they want to keep the stuff on lock and key. They want to keep the sexy stuff for the man that's in their life. A lot of the women who have an Instagram account, again, I think social media is in a relationship is not good for a woman to have, but you know, it's so common these days. So if you are with a woman who has it, most of the time, the ones who are normal have that on private. They don't want to show everybody in the world, because why show everybody in the world unless it's some sort of business, unless you're selling something, whatever. But if you are flaunting yourself to the entire world, what is the point of that? If it's just for your family and friends, then keep it on private, keep it under lock and key. So normal women generally have private accounts. They don't fill it with sexy selfies or selfies. They have stuff of their life, fun events, family stuff, things that they can share with the people closest to them. So that's very normal. The second thing about being normal is that normal women want you to know that you are the only man in their life. They want to make sure that you know that they're dedicated to you, that they're devoted and loyal to you. I mean, the women in my life, they always do this. They always let me know that I am their man, and that there's only one man in their life. And this is a very normal thing to have. And if you've never experienced this, then you haven't experienced a normal thing, okay? Because women who are healthy, who are loving and kind, they want you to know that you are the center of their attention when it comes to men. And this doesn't mean that they're weak. It doesn't mean that they're, lack independence or anything like that. But they just, women like that, they bond with that single man. That's what it means to pair bond, right? Women who have slept with countless men, they have their body all over the internet. They have tons of thirsty dudes telling them how hot they are, how beautiful they are, how perfect they are. They lose that inner ability to pair bond. It doesn't excite them just to join in with one man. So they're always looking for something new, the next big high. That's not normal. A girl who is dedicated to you, that is normal. All right, next thing is women who encourage your life mission and what you're doing. They don't knock you down. I think a lot of you guys out there are with women who will criticize you, who will make fun of you, who will not give you any support. They'll feel threatened when you want to better yourself. They feel jealous when you're out doing things for yourself and bettering yourself and wanting to stay longer at work. They'll complain, they'll nag. That's not normal. Don't put up with that. A healthier situation is when a woman is like, yeah, babe, go for it. I support you. I know you're working really hard. Good luck, do the best that you can. They are proud of you. They support you. This is what's normal, okay? Not women who want to take you away from that. Okay, the next thing is that a normal thing that women do who are healthy, they want to know about your day. They want to hear about the things that you're up to. They're very curious about your world. They want to know about your successes. They want to know, if you had a mishap, what happened. They want to be there to console you and care for you. Now, this doesn't mean that you can gush and cry and sit there all day and bitch and moan. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if something happened, you share with them, but you have a positive outlook on it, and they want to be there for you. They want to be your biggest cheerleader. They're not interested in just talking about themselves all the time, telling you about their day, bitching and moaning about their friends or work, and then they just completely don't even ask about how you are. That's not normal. So if you guys are out there with women that don't do those kinds of things, just know that that's not normal and that's not right. Like, she should be interested in you as a man, what you're up to. And when she is, that makes you feel really good. And so there's a big difference between women who do this and women who don't. It's night and day. And the next thing is that's very normal is women who show you gratitude and thank you for things that you do for them or dates that you plan. You know, they understand that you took the time to do those things. They appreciate it, and they're not shy in telling you. Maybe they'll send you a text message, or they'll call you, or they'll tell you right in front of you at the end of the date. They want you to know that they appreciate these things. That is normal. It's not just like, you know, the chick gets dropped off, she's like, peace out, and then you don't hear from her. That's not normal. That's, if you're putting up with women like that, you're making a bad move. Okay, let's see here. And the last thing I'm going to touch on in this particular list is that women who are healthy, who are really loving and kind, they want to set up dates and do special things for you. Maybe it's cooking you a meal, or, you know, doing fun things, planning activities for you, because they want to spend time with you. They want to feel your masculine presence, and so they're going to want to set up dates. And you know, obviously at the beginning, when you're, you know, first getting to know a girl, the man is more the pursuer. He's setting up the dates, he's asking her out, and he's going through that courting process. When it gets to that tipping point where now she really likes you and she wants to be with you all the time, she's going to start doing those things, and you can let her do that. You know, women really get a sense of satisfaction by setting up this fun thing for you and her to enjoy together. I can remember, you know, a lot of, you know, all the different women that I've gone with, they've done those things. They've planned these sweet little dates or excursions or whatever it is, and I really appreciated it. It was very sweet, and because they knew that I had put effort and time into, you know, planning things with them, that they wanted to do the same for me. And sometimes it means they even take you on vacations or buy you extravagant gifts. I mean, it's when a girl is really into you, this is what they do, and that is normal. And I want all of you to experience that. So that's the goods and the bads, things that you should be looking for that are normal, things that you should be avoiding that just simply aren't normal. A lot of you guys second guess yourself because, again, part of it is that you get caught up in the tits and ass, and you're like, man, she's so hot, and you just end up forgiving a lot of bullshit that you shouldn't be forgiving. That's why I say don't get caught up in that, because it's just not worth it. Because when you actually get to experience a woman who really genuinely cares about you and really feels something for you deep down, you just can't go back. It's like such a different experience. You will question, wow, could this actually be real? Because you're just not used to it. But once you experience that beautiful feeling, you just can't go back to the other nonsense. You're not going to put up with it because you've had it too good. So, you know, again, these type of women don't come around all the time. I would say every couple of years maybe. You don't meet them that often. So just so you know, they're not everywhere. But every couple of years, you'll run into someone who really does it. And so that's why you want to be in the best position that you can be. You're living your life mission and purpose. You're really going for your goals. You've handled maybe some of your own past issues and you've dealt with it, and you're in a really good position. So when that girl comes along, you can handle it. You're a masculine man. You can be the masculine leader in the relationship, that she can feel completely safe, comfortable, and in her feminine energy to give you the best that she has and want to genuinely love and respect you. You know, those of you who have never seen that in a relationship, you may not know this stuff, which is, again, why I put this video together, because I can remember there was a point in my life where I didn't know these things either because of my past and my upbringing, you know? And luckily, I was able to learn it, to overcome it, to experience all these things for myself and really understand, wow, you know, like when you click with someone and when you meet a woman who's actually really healthy and loving to you, it's a completely different experience and it feels really, really good. So tell me a little bit about your guys' experience though. Have you been with women who you were like, man, I don't feel comfortable with this, but you swallowed it and you dealt with it and it ended up blowing up in your face? Have you had any experiences like that where you just knew you should have listened to your inner gut, but it totally bit you in the ass later? And then on the flip side, have you guys been with girls who, you know, you're like, yeah, they were really great. They actually did all those things that he said, and it was a really great experience. Have you been with those women yet that treated you really, really well? I'd love to hear about it, so drop those down in the comments below. And one thing I do want to add on to this whole conversation is that everything I'm saying here, it assumes that you are bringing what you need to bring to the table as well, because, you know, you can't just be some total slack off lazy dude playing video games all day and expect these things from a woman. I mean, and you might be lucky enough to find a woman who is like all the good things in the good list. But if you don't bring your masculine leadership to it, inevitably that'll probably go south. Because a good woman will put up with it for a while, but if you don't bring anything back, she's eventually going to be like, you know what, this isn't working out. And you're going to be like, shit, I lost something really good. And this is where a lot of guys go wrong, is that they get complacent about it. So everything I'm saying here is assuming that you have your stuff together, that you're pursuing your life mission and purpose, and you're really involved in becoming, you know, a masculine leader in your own life. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, if you guys are interested in getting coaching one-on-one with me, you can click the link below to find a coaching option that works best for you, and you can book a time with yours truly. Otherwise, that's it for this one, and we will see you in the next video.